stickworms through there.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. That's a good one right there, buddy. Oh, shit.
Knitter?
Ah, buddy. Yeah. Come on, baby, stay on. That is a humdinger. Oh, yeah, he's pulling drag, dude. Ready?
Holy shit.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, you got.
All right. Good morning from Heath Lake up here in northwest Georgia. We're starting it off with a big spinnerbait bite with some 5-pounders. Ooh. Y'all stay with us. Welcome, class. Welcome to the introductory level of spinnerbait and common nomenclature. God, that sounds like one of those law enforcement or military classes. Ugh. We ain't doing that. This is just spinnerbait 101, the basics. It is a simple and effective bait. Anybody can use it. You can use it just about anywhere. It doesn't take a lot of skill to get started with it. You can go down rabbit holes later and get real complicated with it, but just for your everyday angler, it's nothing to it. We're going to start out with the basics. We may do an advanced video at a later time, but we won't go down any rabbit holes and get sideways with it. Spinnerbaits have been around for, I don't really know how long, but I don't know exactly where they started. They're basically wire with some little blades on them. Now, spinnerbait fishing, like I said, it's been around forever, but it kind of took a back seat or faded off, according to a lot of people, when the bladed jig, or commonly known chatterbait, came out. Maybe I missed something, but I kept on slinging a spinnerbait and never thought much of it. It's a great bait for locating bass anywhere, anytime. You can swim it anywhere. Chatterbaits may get hung up. Here are your two. Oh, God. These are your two basic spinnerbaits. Now, both of these, I think, that's a ½ ounce. That's probably a 3/8 from the look of the head. But white and chartreuse, not a bad way to start. This has what's known as willow blades on it. They're the long blades. This one has a silver one and a gold one. All they are is wire. Lead head. It's got a skirt. Put any kind of trailer you want on it. This one has what's known as like Colorado blades. More round. Same concept. Skirt, trailer. If you are just in the market trying to learn how to use one of these, your best bet is to buy you one of each of those in ½ ounce, white and chartreuse. And the blade color is not that specific, or you don't, how am I trying to say, you don't have to, don't worry about the blade color that much. You just want something that vibrates and flashes. I'm trying to keep this spinnerbait 101 instead of getting into, advanced tactics. It's a good chunk and wind bait. Chunk and winding anywhere. They work excellent for running down the bank, parallel on the bank, running them. You can run them right under the surface and wake them. You can let them go down deeper. You can, where they shine is in cover. The design of these things, when it's coming through cover, these blades are here. They kind of protect the hook. It'll bounce and deflect off certain things to a certain degree. Nothing's 100%. I always remember that. They'll come through cover. you want to deflect it off cover. More stuff you hit, more chances you get bit. I work that through laydowns, catch fish. I was burning on the bank at the little clip that you saw at the beginning of the video. I've got another clip that I'll insert here in just a few minutes of swimming it through a laydown. About 8 feet of water, you can see the tree. I'm banging it through there. I'm not running it on the out. I ran it on the outside, but I'll throw it right in the tree. If you can see it, work it through there. One thing, the bigger the blade, the slower it's going to go, and it's going to climb like a helicopter. So you want to go up and weight. Bigger blade, bigger weight. When you get into that, you're going to need probably a little bit better equipment. Depending on what you decide to throw, you can go with a medium heavy rod, one way or the other. If you're going to throw light spinnerbaits, you can get by anywhere from 12 to 20 pound line. Judge yourself accordingly. If you're going to throw a big blade with a big weight, you might want to get into the 16 to 20 pound range. If you're going to be throwing light stuff, you go light. That's pretty common sense, and there's not a lot of discussion on that. Judge yourself accordingly to whatever weight you're going to throw and where you're going to throw it in. Keep that in mind. Good one. Really good. Main one. Oh, good. What? Spinnerbait bass. You living in a tree? You living in a tree? He looks humpback too. You not humpback? Cool little fella though, ain't he? We'll call him Humpy. You can also use a spinnerbait at night. These are two common colors for fishing at night. And if you want a deadly tactic, get you a dark spinnerbait and start throwing it down the bank at night, off points, around structure. The reason you want to go dark is the silhouette. When the bass are down in the dark water, if there's a little moonlight up, they can see it. That's your main thing, is they can see it. I call them night blades. It's probably the wrong terminology, but you can see how big the blade is on this. That's pretty heavy. It's going to have to be. That's a single blade. That big old blade, as it rotates, that bait's going to climb. You're going to have to be careful about keeping it down in the water column if you're wanting to fish it deep. This one has two copper colored blades. They've got the little kind of diamond plate to that one. And it is black. Both of those look to be halves or 5/8. Either one of those would be an awesome combination with or without a trailer. Your common trailers are usually, you can put any kind of Kitech. Choose your color, whatever you want. Size, same thing. You want one long, you want one short. You don't have to have one. Now remember, the more plastic you put on it, the more buoyant it becomes, the higher it's going to ride in the water column. These are just the little straight tail, I think you can see it there. They're just little twin tail chartreuse trailers. That's about all they're good for. It's exactly what's on this one here and this one here. It gives it a little bit of color, it gives it a little bit of flyer, a little bit of movement back at the back of it there. But the one thing, and it is amazing, bass come up and their mouths are huge and they bite right there. Well, if they've got something soft when they grab a hold of it, common theory is that makes them hold on a little longer. So when they come up and grab it, it squishes, and it's going to fill out the bait fish that they were after to start with. Same deal, just be careful with your trailers. Judge yourself accordingly. As far as storage, you can get these little boxes like this, or you can go wild. And I mean, I have way more spinnerbaits than I'll use. I don't need a lot. Most of the time, you're going to throw colors like this. This one is an excellent one in clear water. It's, I think it's a 3/8. It's a smaller profile. It's got smaller blades, smaller head, a little smaller hook. That one is awesome in kind of shallow clear water. Basically, those blades are imitating bait fish trying to scurry and get away. Creates a vibration in the water. The vibration in the water coming off of these, the fish can feel it with their lateral lines, so they can hunt it. They can see the flash. They can see the skirt and your trailer combination. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way to fish it, with or without a trailer. Some people will tell you one and the other. You do what works for you. If you don't want it to float up too much, or you want a shorter profile, don't put a trailer on it. Try it with or without. These thinner blades, they're going to go faster, and it's not going to rise as much. You start throwing something, we'll use this booger here. You start throwing a big old heavy one, it's got the Colorado blades and whatnot on it. This is going to go slower. And it's going to climb a little bit. So you want to use a heavier head. Henceforth, you may want to use a heavier line. Your best bet, if you want a dedicated spinnerbait rods, to get you a 7, 7.3, somewhere along in there, medium heavy, with a good tip. You want a little bit of little soft tip on it, so you can twirl this thing and cast it. That gets your castability, but you want the backbone, because that's a pretty good size, pretty good stiff hook that you're trying to bury in them. See if that helps. Trying to bury that big old hook in there. Most of the time they hook themselves. They come up and grab that and they turn, and if you'll just kind of lay into it, they're on for the ride. Worst things, they might torque out of it. Get yourself 7-foot medium heavy rod. If it's going to be dedicated, 15, 16 pound fluorocarbon. That way it doesn't matter if you're going down to a little 1/4 ounce or if you're going up to a big 1/2 ounce. You got enough backbone and enough line to make it through some wood or around some structures, some docks, stumps, whatever, and be able to haul your fish out of there and not end up breaking off or damaging all your stuff. As far as buying spinnerbaits, I don't have a particular brand right now to recommend to you. All of these are different. I think a couple of them are ducats, a couple of them are booyahs. I will tell you this, I'm not one for preaching bang for your buck. As far as you get what you pay for, but in spinnerbaits, unfortunately, you kind of do. The components that they're put together with, the weaker gauge wire, you get more vibration. It's not going to last as long, because when these fish get it, it's going to get mangled up, and then it's going to run all cattywampus, and you're going to spend a lot of time sitting there trying to twist and turn and tweak and get it straight, because it's all running all goofed up. But the components that they're put together with, as far as swivels, beads, things like that, unfortunately, I'm not telling you to go buy the most expensive one out there, but you do need to put a little consideration into the quality of the product to get your dollars out of it. Because you can buy these things on the $1.50, $2 rack all day long. I got a couple of those. They don't work. The blades won't spin. one fish hits it and it's mutilated and mangled up, and you're out down to nothing. I've got some that are a little bit better quality. They seem to last a lot longer, got better hooks, stuff like that in them. You can fish these anywhere, anytime, day, night. If you want a good moving bait to cover water with and you're not going to get hung up in it, get you a spinnerbait. Throw them anywhere. You can throw them next to rip wrap, lay downs. That's where they shine. Shallow water, deep water. Just adjust your weight accordingly. I mean, you're catching predatory largemouth bass, spotted bass, smallmouth, whatever. You're catching bass on wire with little shiny things on it. Makes no sense, does it? Big fish bite these. All fish bite them. You don't know what you're going to get. It might be a little 2-pounder living in a brush pile, and it might be Big Mama thinking it's a brim or a darn crappie swimming by, and she's getting a, all you can eat buffet, or she's going to eat dinner once today. Either way, thanks for tuning in. Give us a like, a subscribe, share with your friends, comment. You want to see me talk about something, or you want to talk some smack about something, put it in the comments. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in. Y'all stay tuned. We're going to keep putting videos out, and we appreciate y'all watching. Now go fish.